first thing that we are going to do into this index.html, we are practically moving all those classes like those small or large or tiny. We do not have a need of this particular class over here. So we are going to move it. There it goes. Let's get back to our project and reload. And we can see that this is exactly the default value if we do not use any kind of class over here. So this is particular the tiny class which is being used as a default over here. And if we scale down to a responsive preview, we can see that this will be the result. Press Ctrl+Shift+M. Now if we get back to stylesheet.css, in the second case we need to take care of this particular h4 class that we have used over here. So instead of h4 class, we may make usage of the defined classes over here. Instead of h4, we may use something like h5 tag, and we will be seeing what is the exact result after that. This is the h5 class. Press Ctrl+S, get back to your project and reload, and you can see that this will be the result. Now in case of larger devices, the font size will be something different, but in case of smaller classes, the font size will be different. So this is the main intention that we do have over here. Let's press F12. We are going to open our code inspector panel here, and we need to click on this particular class, and we can see that this is the class which is responsible for the font size. This is the material icons class, and there it goes, the font size over here, 24 pixels. So all we need to do in the first case, we need to copy this class name from here. Let's get back to stylesheet.css, and in the very first case that we are going to do, we are going to define this block wrapper class. And what is the exact thing that we are going to change here? This dot material icons. So any particular class known as materialize icons, which is under this block wrapper class here, it will be having a font size of, for say, 3 rem. Press Ctrl+S, get back to your project. We haven't made any change in this max at the rate of media query. We haven't defined that what will be the size, what will be the font size in case if a device width is below this 768 pixels. We haven't made any kind of modification over here. All we are going to do first, we are going to apply some default values as been set by us. So here it goes, 3 rem. Now if we reload, we can see that the font icon size is now a little bit of enhanced. For further clarification, make it almost double, 6 rem. Get back to your project and reload, and you can see that 6 rem it is. And if you get back down over here, you can see where is it? There it goes, the font size, it is 6 rem as been described by us. So right now it is being displayed into the extreme right panel into your code inspector panel. This is the first case. We have changed the font size for a larger desktop preview. If we press Ctrl+Shift+M, we can see that the exact same font size will be followed into lower device display, and same thing will be followed in each and every case. Wherever we can see 644 pixels, same thing will be observed over here. But one possible thing that you may have seen over here, that it will be distorted in case if we do not make any particular changes right over here. So we are on to it. First of all, let's set it to 320 pixels. There it goes. Now in the second case, we need to make some adaptations into the media device display width where it is below this 768 pixels max width. So all we are going to do, we are going to copy it from here, and we are going to paste it right over here. So if we now say that the font size will be, in this particular case, the font size, it will be not 6 rem but 3 rem. That means in case of all those device display widths which is below 768 pixels, it will be displaying a font size of 3 rem. This is the second thing. So if we now press Ctrl Shift M, getting back to our project and reload, we can see that the font size is now reduced. If we open up our code inspector panel and click on these materialize icons, we can see that the font size is now displayed as 3 rem. Now if we press Ctrl Shift M and if we select the same particular material class over here, we can see that the font size is now displayed as 6 rem. So if we view this thing up to 640 pixels, we can see that the exact 3 rem will be displayed over here. But if in case the device width is above 768 pixels, we have placed here 769 pixels. So if we press here enter, we can see that right now the font size will be 6 rem at once. So this is the power of this at the rate of max width 768 pixels. And this is the first thing that we are going to do. In the second case,